We are in Notre-Dame-de-la-Merci, Northern Quebec at the Mecaglisse racetrack motorsports experience, and as you can see, we're here to experience what it's like to drive Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system in the real driving conditions. Now, what you have to understand with Quattro is that, like Audi, it's essentially a brand. There's an A3, an A6, an A8, and so on and so forth, or maybe I should have used the Qs. You understand what I mean? And then there's the all-wheel drive Quattro system for, say, an A3 and an S3, which is more or less front-wheel biased, but as far as I'm concerned, when you're out there driving it, you can barely tell for all intents and purposes anyway. And then there's the RS6 all-wheel drive system, the Quattro, which in some cases may have a rear sport differential. This is a rear wheel bias, which in normal operating conditions has about 60% of the power going to the rear and 40% going to the front. It's a little bit more fun. And then you have the new RS e-tron GT, which is just completely insane. It's a fully electric car and also has its own version of the Quattro system. You have an electric motor on the rear axle, a front electric motor, an electric motor on the front axle, and you also have a 2-speed transmission on the rear. That makes for a completely different beast, but ultimately extremely capable, also very quick. And in my experience in these conditions, it's me. I'm not a video game guy. I'm not a gamer, so I had a little bit more of a hard time with the way it operates. Anyhow, in the following video, I'm going to give you a few driving impressions, and you're going to see all kinds of shenanigans going on with a beautiful 2022 Audi S3, which, as you may hear me say, is my favorite. The RS6, which is still my, #1 car. Hashtag. Do we still do that anymore? I don't remember. But, the one car, and then the aforementioned RS e-tron GT. So here we go. What's absolutely incredible about the RS6 is just the throttle response and the 590 pound-feet of torque. The one issue with the car is the absolute overall size and weight of this, especially compared to the S3. It's not that it's a struggle, but you have to adapt to it at every single second. No matter what you do, you're always aware that this thing is very big and very heavy. It's also excessively fast, even in these fabulous, fabulous wintry conditions.
Go.
All right, now I'm in the RS e-tron GT, and even compared to the massively heavy RS6, this thing feels like it's a tank. This is the 637 horsepower version in boost mode, and the biggest, see, we don't agree. I'm on the throttle, there we go, and then it just snaps. I think the lack of feedback from this car is what is really hampering my ability to appreciate what it is and what it can do. I mean, to essentially quote my co-driver here, I don't play video games, so I don't understand what's going on. It's still a spectacular vehicle, but it's just so uber powerful and heavy that for these ultra tight and narrow, well, I guess rally roads is the best way you could describe them. I don't know, it doesn't fit for me. It just really doesn't. I can't do anything with this car. I'm the problem. Please understand. It's still a spectacular car, but I feel that the RS6 is still king, or queen, I should say, when it comes to these conditions. That is, at least until we get into the S3. And as is often the case, the smallest, lightest, most agile and nimble car is the one that is the most fun on these tight conditions. This 2022 S3 is just absolutely fantastic. 306 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder engine just gives you all that power so soon It's a reactive type Quattro system with a clutch pack, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is far more fun than you would expect it to be. I mean, by far, this is the cheapest car. It starts at about 48 grand compared to 125,000 for the RS6 and about 180,000 for the RS e-tron GT. But I absolutely know which one I would invest in. Love this car.